Good morning, world. It's South America. It's coming to noon. It's 10:30, so an hour and a half is coming at 12. Hope you guys enjoyed my two videos I made yesterday. Alright, now I was sick for a second video about James Gunn and has Hollywood lost its way. Yeah, that was an amazing video. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Yeah. My coffee tastes like shit. It's bitter. Yeah. Will all your movies be good movies? Yes. I'm picturing the scenes in my head. You're looking, all my movies will be good movies. All my 5 movies will be good movies. Some will be better than others, obviously. I think The Great Escape will probably be the second best out of my other 4. Or perhaps The Western Gangster movie. That might be better than The Great Escape. The Hidden Valley movie will be a sick movie, but it will not be as good as The Great Escape. The Great Escape will be better than the Hidden Valley movie, right? And they're unique looking at the best romance movie ever made, man. Yeah. Symbolism of the world being envious of me and VJ's relationship. That's why I'm making it unique. Yeah. Yeah. So your movies does your stories does have some symbols in your life, yes. Tactius is from the north, just like I'm from the heavens. And Eratas, the devil king of the south, he's from the south. Just like the gatekeepers are the kings of the earth, obviously, but I'm the true king because I came from the heavens. And Tactius goes to war with Eratas, just like I go to war with the gatekeepers. The Great Escape is symbols of me escaping from the gate's wicked system, obviously. Once I find out how wicked they are, I'm fighting all these wicked people, and when I pay the fee, I escape with VJ. I run away with VJ. I get the fuck out of there. Yeah, it's the symbolism of the Great Escape, obviously. Because once I find out how dirty the gatekeepers really are, all I'm thinking about is just getting this over with and taking my money, taking my wife, and piecing the fuck out and running away. Find out how powerful they really are, how dirty they really are, obviously. Wicked people, yeah. Yeah. Having sex with my own stepmother, like, holy shit, these guys are wicked. And my cousins, too. Yeah, it's not just my stepmother. My cousins are probably going to be lined up to have sex with me, too. My half-sister and all that stuff, yeah. Because I have a half-sister, right? Yeah, chances are all those people are going to be, even members of my family are going to be lined up to have sex with me. It's fucked up, man. Like, man, these people are blind, man. Like, even though I'm white, like, I'm your fucking step cousin, your stepson, and you want to have sex with me, you guys are a mess, yo. Yeah, VJ's family, they're going to be lying to have sex with you, her sister, her mother. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why VJ's running with me once I pay the fee. Because everyone in her life will turn on her, you know. That's why she takes her things and she runs with me, because the only person that's on her side is me. Everyone around the world, believe it or not, is her enemy. They're fake friends, not her real friends, man. Her so-called friends are gonna turn on her when I pay the fee. That's why VJ's running at me once I pay the fee. She takes her things and she runs with me. Just me and her, right? Because now we're living that multi-year life with her, and we're training every day. We're living the life. We're training every fucking day, man. You know. I was gonna ask you, how's one of your book, by the way? This girl's fucking evil, man. Alright, since I made $12,500. You made $12,500 off your book? Yeah, are you gonna share that with me? I'm like, yeah, I will. Relax. I'll share it with you. Some sour. This coffee tastes like shit, man. Oh, it's so bitter. I need cream, man, yeah. So VJ wants a piece of your billions, so of course she does, man. She got duped by the gays. VJ's supposed to be a multi-billionaire like me, but she got duped. And that's why she wants me to get her out. That way she can control the money with me. And she wants a piece of my billions off the book. And she wants to control the box office money, the film profit money with me. She wants to make the billions with me. She doesn't want to be under the gates, making 300, 250, 400K for her movies and television shows. She wants to make the billions with me. That's why she cries. And she loves me. She wants to be me. She wants to see the light. She wants to visualize me. She wants to try me. She wants to get the clothes with me, the cars, build the house with me, because she's fucking crazy. Crazy woman, BJ. Yeah, man. Because she knows living the multi-million life is fucking cool. I can build that dream $550 million house, like Incredibles, and we can get the best clothes, the best cars, or jets, or yachts. Yeah, stay at the best suites when we travel around the world. The best suites we can stay at. Best resorts, yeah. She wants to do all that with me. That's why she cries. She's crazy. She got duped at the gates. That's why Media's a crazy woman, Ivan. I ignore her because she's gonna keep banging the guys after she cries me. That's why I can't take her seriously. Like last night when she cried, I ignored her. I know she's not gonna listen. She's gonna keep seeing the guys and bang them. While she's crying, having tears, saying she loves me, she's texting those guys behind my back saying she loves them too. But she's a crazy woman. That's why I ignore her when she cries to me. I can't take her seriously. She's crazy. That's how I'm gonna get my girlfriend. If you're pissed off, I'm sorry, man. Karma's a bitch. There you go. I'm gonna ignore you too, just like you ignore me, right? You don't listen to me either. There you go. Yeah. So Peter Jackson will help you with the merch. Yes. When the Amazon CEOs come to my office and me and VJ are discussing the deal, I'll have Peter with me. Peter will help me give ideas for the merchandise because Peter is a part of the Amazon deal. He's taking a good chunk of my money, a nice piece of my money. That's why I'll have him in the room with me, obviously. We're like, Ivan, who are all these suits? I'm like, yeah, it's Amazon. Oh, Ivan, you're partnering with Amazon for your company for distribution. I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, Ivan, are you doing Amazon Prime streaming? I'm like, no, 4K Blu-ray. He's like, oh, 4K Blu-ray, Ivan. Straight to 4K Blu-ray. Yeah, Peter, the theater thing doesn't work. It's too crazy. Yeah, I know, Ivan. For your movie looking at 1 billion+ people going to theaters, the theater chains can't handle that, Ivan. If you want to build your own theater chain, you gotta spend like $15 billion to build to control 1 billion people. You gotta build like 5,000-6,000 theaters, which will cost me like $18 billion, money that I don't even have, man. Here's a guy, even don't waste $18 billion on a theater chain. Just partner with Amazon. Yeah, straight to 4K Blu-ray. It's better that way. Amazon's a big company that can handle 1 billion+ orders. Ivan, people tell me that. They're her company to partner with Ivan. Now, what's the deal, by the way, Peter? I'm like, yeah, 80-20. He's like, 80-20? He's like, you should take like 90% of the money. I'm like, no, Peter, I'll take 80%. If I make more than 20, I'm upping it to 90-10. That way Amazon doesn't do me. I make more than my 20 billion. I make less, 20 billion or less, the deal's 80-20 for Amazon. It's a good deal for Jeff Bezos' company, right? Even if you get 8% of the profits, they get 20% of the profits. Yeah. Yeah. And Peter will help me with the merchandise and the 4K Blu-ray. Because Amazon's gonna ask me, Ivan, like, what do you want your 4K Blu-ray to look like? Do you want the folding thing? I'm like, no. You have the box. You have 3 4K Blu-ray movies stored there. I'll show them pictures online. That way they know. Obviously. You have the box and you have 3 movies in there. That's the way I want my box set to look like. Do you want Steelbook, Ivan? Yeah, we can have Steelbook. I have a beautiful Steelbook box set, obviously. And the box set comes with a map. My Xanus map. You can do that. People can hang the map in their house. Something cool. He's like, Ivan, a beautiful 4K box set. I Steelbook. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit, that's top notch, Ivan. You know, it's in 4K Blu-ray. It's unheard of experience. If you put mine to your theaters and you're looking at unheard of experience at home, I know, Peter. He's like, your company beats out Hollywood, man. You look at unheard experience, even though it's not the theaters. Look, if they put money to the theaters and look at unheard experience at home, I mean, with this technology and the 4K Blu-ray on top of that, Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound. I know, Peter. He's like, holy shit, your company's how much. I mean, can I have it more of that box set? I'm like, no, Peter. What I'm paying is enough. Stop being greedy. Okay, greedy pig, man. Yeah. Peter gets his 85 million base, which is like a 100 something million deal in his New Zealand money for the 4 years of work. $100 million for Peter is a good contract for him for 4 years of work. Obviously, then he gets 700 million of the film profits, 200 million for the game, and 200 million for the merchandise. But if I make my 18, Peter, I can pay him 800 million of the film profits, 250 million for the game profits, but the merch stays the same at 200. I'm not raising the amount for the merch. That's enough money for Peter. But chances are I'll make maybe my 10, 12, 14, 15. Peter gets his 700, 750 million of film profits. So we sign a 1.1 something billion deal in Canadian money, which is a $1.4 billion deal in his New Zealand money. It's a massive contract, Peter. Peter's like, holy shit, that's a massive contract. Yeah, you also get speaking earnings, Peter, which can range from $600K to $1 million in speaking. I have a bit more of that for the speaking. I'm like, no, Peter, you get an equal amount with the actors. You get $500K for the magazine promos. This guy wasn't using a commercial. That's a good deal for Peter. $500K. I have over $1 million out. I'm like, no, Peter, you get $500K, man. This is paid through the salary budget. You're gonna drain my budget if I pay you guys $1 million for promos, you rip me off. You get $500K, and the other actors get $250K, $300K. Some Sarah. The way they don't drain your budget. Because the money I'm paying for the promos is paid through the salary budget too, so you gotta be careful how you spend your money, man. I have to create room to pay the crewmen too, the Hollywood Lord of the Rings Hobbit crewmen, yeah. Some Sarah? And Mel signed like a $480 million deal, which is like a $390 million deal in his American money. Mel Gibson also signed a massive. I wanted a bit more of that. I'm like, no, Mel, this is my final offer. Stop being greedy, some Sarah. Whatever I choose. Yeah. I do talk about Peter more because Peter is a greedier pig, but I might end up choosing Mel Gibson over Peter, man. I think Mel might be my guy. I end up choosing over Peter, yeah. I like his actions more than Peter. We'll see what happens when I interview them, right? Yeah. But you guys probably think I'm crazy. Ivan, go for Peter. Peter's the fantasy guy. He did Lord of the Rings. That's the thing, though. Peter is the fantasy director. He did 2 fantasy series. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. That's why he's very good for the movie, Peter. But Peter's more into PG-13, whereas Mel Gibson's more into the rated R stuff. Obviously. Some Sarah. Like Passion of the Christ is rated R. Obviously. Hacksaw Ridge was rated R. Mel Gibson's into the darker, gorier stuff. Peter, not so much. He's more into PG-13. Peter might push for PG-13 Aratet. I'm like, no, Peter. That's why I'm going to ask him, do you see Aratet as a PG-13 wolf, a 14+ wolf, or a rated R wolf? And Peter might tell me PG-13. Mel Gibson might tell me rated R. That's why I might choose Mel. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Mel over Peter, but see what happens. I might choose Peter, right? Yeah. Here's Ivan. It's a deal. Sign me up, man. I'm just messing with you, man. Like, this is more than what I made for The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings combined. I know. The amount of money I'm paying Peter is more than what he made for The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings combined. Yeah, Peter's earnings for The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings combined is like maybe 500 million around there. 450, 500 million. He's making more than even what for both trilogies combined. Peter. He's trying to make a deal by now. And you get the announcement, Peter Jackson, if he's chosen, he signs mega billion, 1.1 billion deal. When you say 1.4, 1.1, I'll say 1.1 because I'm paying him in Canadian money, right? But because Peter lives in New Zealand, he's making more. He's making his 1.4 billion. He signed a mega deal, yeah, Peter Jackson. A 1.1 billion deal in Canadian money, which is 1.4 billion in his American money, New Zealand money. Yeah, he signed a mega deal, Peter Jackson. Yeah, pay him a lot of money, Ivan. That way he's happy and he works hard for you. But if he gets greedy and wants like a 1.7, 1.2 billion dollar deal, I'm going to be strict and say, no, Peter, you're getting greedy. You're not worth that, man. All right, you're greedy too. You're taking all these billions. Yes, Peter, because I'm God. Me and future God, we're much bigger than you. That's why we're making way more than you. But just know that I paid you a good contract and stop being greedy. You don't make this in Hollywood, Peter. It's a deal, Ivan. Hey, John, that's a good deal for Peter, Ivan. You're very generous. Yes, it's a good deal. You don't make this in Hollywood, Peter. He's Ivan. It's a deal, Ivan. Sign me up. He signs that contract, Peter. Yeah. Pay him that way. Peter's happy and he works really, really hard for you. Because if you give him that kind of contract, Peter will work his ass off for you, Ivan. He'll work really hard because he knows he's getting paid a lot of money. He's walking with like 700 million in his bank. He'll work hard during the 4 years. He'll work really hard, yeah. So I'm saying, he gets a 10 million signing bonus for pre-production, which is like 13 million, 14 million in New Zealand money. It's a lot of money for pre-production, yeah. I mean, that's a good deal. 10 million for just pre-production. Holy shit! Lord of the Rings, I make 10 million for all 3 movies, Ivan. To film all 3 movies, and you're paying me 10 million bonus just for pre-production? That's a lot of money, Ivan. I know, Peter. Is that enough money for you? That's enough money for me. And you get the perks, Peter, too. And you get your 65 million during production. Then after that, you get another 10 million bonus, which covers post-production for you, Peter. Peter, going to be working for post-production right now. I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Here's Ivan. How much money are you giving me for my movie? You want to know, Peter? Yeah, $2.1 million for 3 volumes. So $700 million per volume, Ivan? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit, you're coming out of the water. Like, my entire Lord of the Hobbit trilogy was made for like $645, $700 million for all 3 movies. And you're making that just for 1 movie? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. How much money you put into towards visual effects, Ivan? Special effects? 400 million. He's like, 400 million? He's like, holy shit, you're looking at unheard of reality technology, Ivan. Like, I can do whatever I want for the battle scenes, for the horror, demon wolves and bats, for the world building, looking at the sets. I'm putting in like 50 million towards sets, 55 million towards extras. Now I'm making for 700, I can even put 60 million towards extras, a bit more. But yeah, because the extras are going to cost me tens of millions, man. Because you have a lot of scenes with big crowds, and I can afford it. Previously, Ivan, we can actually afford the exodus of 5,000 people. We can afford Ivan. Hollywood's never had that many extras before, Ivan. They can't afford that. They rely on CGI to fill in the blanks. Yes, I can actually have 5,000 extras, like Prince of Egypt. The actors in Switzerland, like Prince of Egypt, now. He's like, I'm looking at a master. This is better than Lord of the Rings. I don't think it's better than Lord of the Rings. Ivan gave me an unlimited budget, Ivan. Yeah, he's all happy. He signed his mega deal. I also gave him an unlimited budget for the movie. That's why Peter Jackson's shocked by the amount of how much money. I'm putting $150 million towards the costumes, armor, and weapons machines for the mask. $150 million. My Peter, for $150 million, can we create tens of thousands of armor and weapons? He's like, I can easily. For Lord of the Rings, you only had like an $8 million budget towards that. We made thousands of armor and weapons. You can make tens of thousands of armor and weapons and masks with that kind of money, Ivan. It's unlimited, the budget, Ivan. I know. I have unlimited resources. For Lord of the Rings, I just couldn't afford this, Ivan. Your company blows out of the water. Fuck Bob Shea and Mike Lynn, Ivan. I know. You might tell me that. Yeah, it's actually funny. Yeah. 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 So you're gonna tell John Hunt Ali, yeah, I'm gonna tell John Hunt Ali, I want Airtag the Wolves to look like this. And I'm also gonna show him Pennywise the Clown too. The It movie, the new It movie that came out like 8 years ago. 2017, yeah, show John Hunt Ali those pictures. Ivan, you want the wolves looking like that? Yeah, make it original, don't copy it, but they look something like that. And I want them scarier than that, like 2-3 times scarier. Make them as scary as you can possibly be. Push it to the lip, push the horror to the limit, guys. Okay, Ivan, that way they're devils. They draw demons. As we do the concepts, people like, holy shit, these are devils and demons, I know. You're looking at a sick movie, Ivan, I know. Because the mask designers are designing the mask based off the concept art pictures. So they have to follow the concept art pictures, the world building. Yeah. The construction crewmen are building the sets based off the concept arts. The costume designers are creating the costumes based off the concept arts. Weather Workshop is creating the weapons and the armor based off the concept arts. That's why the concept arts are very important. Obviously. Sarah? Yeah. How long will it take for you, Ivan, to write the script? Probably a good 6 months will be done around there. If we write 3-4 pages every morning, the Xanus screenplay will be a good maybe 500 pages. Will be done in like 6 months. Me, Peter Guillermo Toro, or me, Mel Ronnie Walls will be done writing the screenplay in like 5-6 months. But chances are we'll be doing maybe 2 more revisions, fixing up, polishing up a few things. Yeah. Because I want to do a thing every like maybe once during the weekend. I have Peter, Fran, Guillermo Toro, and all, and they come to my house or my yacht, we go over the screenplay what we wrote so far, that we know it's good. And while we're writing, we can do some revisions while we're writing, obviously. Okay, this doesn't really flow very well. We should change this. We go back in the drawing board and we rewrite some of the stuff, obviously. If you follow the book, you're looking at an amazing movie, an amazing screenplay, an amazing written script, movie script, obviously. Some sound. Because Xanus is a masterpiece. I wrote an amazing book. You guys will soon, I'm going to read my book. I wrote a masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece, yeah. I wrote a masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. Amazon might tell me, all right, you don't want DVD or Blu-ray? No, just 4K Blu-ray. That was my company's unique. Only release it on 4K Blu-ray. No Blu-ray, no DVD, just 4K Blu-ray. That was my company's unique. Tell Amazon that way they know, Ivan. So no Blu-ray, Ivan? No, just 4K Blu-ray, guys. That was my company's unique. Hence why for my movies, you're getting Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound. 4K Blu-ray is Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound. So you have that technology going towards the movie, and you also have the 4K Blu-ray. The 4K Blu-ray effect on top of that. That's why looking at an unearthly experience at home. It's raining outside. And that's why I recommend you guys put money into a theater system. That way you get an amazing experience at home. So, Sarah, because my movies are not produced in theaters, guys. The theater chains can't handle it. Yeah. So if you can't partner with AMC, no, AMC can't handle. AMC and Cineplex and the theaters in Europe and all this stuff in China, they can't handle a billion people. Yeah. Like the big budget movies that make a lot of money in Hollywood, they get maybe 200, 250, 300 million fans at most. They can handle that, but a billion people, the theater chains can't handle it. That's why my only option is like I either build a theater chain, but building a theater chain will cost me billions. Like to handle a billion people, you got to build like 6,000 theaters around the world. 2,000 theaters won't even cut it. You got to build like 6,000 theaters, which will cost me like $18-20 million to build. Money that I don't even have. I'm probably not even going to make it off my book. I might make my 50 billion around it, but even 50 billion, even if you make 50 billion, you don't want to spend $20 billion of your money, right, on a theater chain. Like, yeah, George would tell me, Ivan, don't waste $20 billion on a theater chain. It's just too crazy. Just partner with Amazon. Amazon can easily handle 1 billion plus orders, as I showed you guys on Google, right? They can handle 1 billion plus orders easily, Amazon. Yeah. That's why my company will be straight to 4K Blu-ray. Yeah. See what I'm saying? It's raining, guys. Yeah. You get the news, Ivan O'Mara Victoria Justice signed mega deal with Amazon, 80-20 deal with Amazon. Or 90-10 if I make more, right? Yeah, if I make like 25-30 off the book, I'll up it to 90-10. You get the deal, you get the news, Ivan O'Mara and BJ signed mega 80-20 deal with Amazon. Huge fucking contract we signed. Mega contract, yeah. Huge deal. For the merchandise and for the movie, right? Yeah. Yeah. I applied to McDonald's yesterday, yeah. Oh, let's see. I thought you already applied. Yeah, I messaged the people online, and they had me apply. But this time when I applied, it was a further step in the process of getting hired. So hopefully I get a call from McDonald's. I haven't heard from Cineplex. I haven't heard from Cineplex yet. So I highly doubt I applied to Cineplex like a week ago. I haven't heard from them. So yeah. I hope I get the Cineplex job, but chances are I have a hard chance of getting the McDonald's job. The McDonald's is right next to my house, so it's more convenient for me. I don't have to take the bus. Where Cineplex, I have to take the bus to work there. I have to take the 49. The 49 will take me to the theaters, obviously, but it's only like a 17-minute bus ride. It's not that long, right? 16, 17-minute bus ride. Obviously, I used to take the 49 when I was in college. When I went to Heritage College, I took the 49 to get to school, right? Yeah. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I'll use the bathroom. Back in a sec. Excuse me, no, yeah, well. Who guys on this show? Alright guys, I'm back. I had to use the bathroom. Sorry for the long wait, guys. Yeah. I had to use the bathroom. Yeah. And beware of the greedy agents, Ivan. Beware of John Boyega's agent, Avon Joje's agent and manager, Jiwon Su's manager, Edris Alba, Russell Crowe if I choose him, or Don Chu. You have to be careful, Ivan. They're greedy pigs. So I'm sorry. Like, I'm not kidding around. John Boyega's agent might push for 20 million in royalties for John. I'm like, no, man, he's not worth that, man. He gets 8.5. If John's worth like his 20 million by the time I do Xanus, I can give him 10. 10.2 million of the film profits. You won't see I'll pay him 9.9, but if he's worth like 20, I can pay him also his 10.2. Obviously, some Sarah. You pay him a bit more, but John's not getting a $20 million film profit deal. He's not worth that. 20 million is for the guys who are worth their 50 plus million. The only guys who get 20 plus million are the guys who are worth their 50 plus million, like 48, 50 plus. The small acers, those guys can bargain for the 20, whereas the guys who are worth like 20, 15, they're not worth that. And you have to be strict with John Boyega's agent, Ivan. John Boyega's not getting 20 million of the film profits. Can I get $20 out, man? I'm like, no, John, you're not worth that. You get your 8.5. Stop being greedy. Yeah, $20 out, man. I'm like, no, John, you get your 9. I'm not paying you more than 9. So I'm saying, I'm not going any higher than 9 for John for his base. I have to watch it for my budget. You don't want to overpay these guys and you're affecting the budget. I have to pay the crewmen too. It's not just about you guys, right? Yeah, $9 million contract is good enough for John Boyega, but for his royalties, you can pay him 8.5, even 10 if he's worth more, which he will be in like 10 years from now. 8-9 years from now, he's worth maybe 20. You can pay him 10.1 million of the film profits. And John Boyega ends up signing like a 23-24 million deal in Canadian money, which is like a 13 million deal to a 13.5 million deal in his pounds in England, right? Massive contract for him, yeah. What if you make more off the book? What if you make 50 billion off the book? Will you give the actors more money? No. What I'm paying them is enough. I'm not raising the amount. What I'm paying them is enough. They don't make that in Hollywood. There's a reason why I'm making way more now, because I'm much bigger than the actors in Hollywood. They're all small compared to me. They're very small compared to me. That's why I'm making way more now. Well, I highly doubt I'm going to make my 40, 50, 80, 100, but I'm probably going to make my 10, 12, 14 to 20 billion off the book. Because only the English people will buy my book, right? So it cuts it down, yeah. Got some Sarah. Jumonsu might want 15 million base. I'm like, no, Jumonsu, you get 10.4. Stop being greedy. What about $15 million for my base? I'm like, no, Jumonsu, you get 10.4. You don't make this in Hollywood. I'm paying a lot of money. You get 9.9 million of the film profits, and you're 2 million for the game. I can pay you your like $750K for the merch. It's a good deal for you, yeah. This is the life. I don't have to make this in Hollywood. Yeah, G1. So you've been complaining that Hollywood doesn't pay you that well. Well, now I'm finally paying you a lot of money. But you're getting greedy. You're pushing. I'm not going to pay more money, G1. So stop being greedy, Samsara. Yeah. Yeah. And you guys get the perks. You also get your promo money too. John Boyega, Vaughn, Jimon 2 get their $250K for the promos during the 4 years. Yeah. Samsara. Yeah. Who do you think you're gonna go for from Aramis? Probably Don Cheadle. I'm probably gonna have choosing Don Cheadle over Vigo and Russell Crowe, right? Russell Crowe is just more expensive. He's gonna cost more money. You know. Yeah. And Russell Crowe's agent's very greedy. Yeah, his agent might want $1 million for the promos. I'm like, you guys are getting greedy, man. I'm not gonna pay Russell Crowe $1 million for the promos. He gets $300K, man. Like, I'm already paying him enough money. You guys are greedy. You smell blood in the water. Stop being greedy, guys. The agents are greedy. The managers are greedy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a good deal for Russell Crowe. A $90 million deal, which is $100 million in his Australian money. Yeah, Russell Crowe, you signed your $100 million deal. It's a massive contract. Stop being greedy. It's a deal. I don't think Makers Hollywood sign me up. I'm saying, yeah, he signs that contract. I'm most likely going to choose Don Cheadle over Russell Crowe for Aramis, the captain of the Archers. Yeah. 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 Why are the agents and managers greedy? Because they know me, VJ's movie and merch and game will do billions in profit and net profit. Hence why they want a bigger chunk of the pie. Because they're not stupid. They know it's in the billions. That's why they want a bigger chunk of the pie. But you're not getting more money, man. This is enough. I'm not going to overpay these guys and have them dupe me. They're not the mini show me VG artists. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to let these guys dupe me. Yeah. Do not let the agents and managers know how to dupe you out, especially the ones who represent the bigger A-listers. And the A-listers and bigger A-listers, they're greedy, man. Yeah, they're greedy pigs. They might try and play that game with me. Yeah, Ivan, this guy's so big. Yeah, he may be big and all, but in my movie, he's not the main event, man. That's why I'm not going to overpay these A-listers and have them dupe me, man. I'm sorry. Even if I make more money off the book, I'm not increasing the amount I'm paying the actors. What I'm paying them is enough. They don't make this in Hollywood. I'm not going to overpay these guys, have them dupe me. I'm sorry. Yeah. What did you eat yesterday? I had two plates of rice, fried rice, and I had like 12 spring rolls. That's it. They're little spring rolls like this big. I had 12 spring rolls and that's it. I didn't eat. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat lunch, but I ate dinner around like 4 o'clock. And then yeah, I had like 2 bowls of rice with fish, fried rice. I made it myself. It was amazing. And I had like 12 spring rolls. That's it. Yeah. What will your cheat days? My cheat days will be the days I get paid. So this Sunday when I get paid at Dinty's, I'll get the junk food, and then next Thursday when I get paid at Coco 40, I get the junk food, obviously. But the rest of the week I just eat food at home. Eat like one meal, 1 to 2 meals in the evening, and that's it. That's how I lose weight. Because right now I'm 260, 259 around there, so I'm taking advantage of my weight loss. I've only started going to treadmill once I get another job, and it's no longer I'm done with dishwashing. I can now go on the treadmill because when I work at Coco 40, I have like no energy. My body's drained of energy. Like Sunday when I worked, my body was so tired. It was so tired, yeah. But this weekend will be busy because it's Father's Day. This Sunday will be very busy because it's Father's Day, so it's gonna be another daunting day for me too. It's gonna be busy, man. It's Father's Day, man. This Sunday, which means it's gonna be very, very busy. Yeah. Yeah. Are you off tomorrow, Ivan? No. I work at Dinty's tomorrow, but I get Thursday off. Yeah, the boss cut my hours again, so yeah, because the restaurant's slow right now. It's not that busy. That's why you have to cut my hours. Now I work 3 days a week, so now I'm only gonna get like a $600 paycheck. So, and then Dinty's also cut my hours too. That's why I'm looking for another job, man. I'm looking. Today I'm gonna have my stepmother drive me to Tim Hortons in Vanier. I'm gonna apply there. I'm gonna apply at the A&Ws. Yeah. Yeah. That's why the gates aren't touching my money, man. I haven't worked minimum wage my whole life. These billions off the book is for me, VJ. It's not for you, man. You're just a greedy pig, yeah. I'm not gonna let you take my billions when all the trillions in the world goes to you. Are you crazy, man? Like you're fucking greedy, man. Yeah. Yo, Ivan can't touch a dime of my money. He can only do minimum wage and make his like $20,000 a year. But like when he writes his book, we also want to take his money too because you're selfish. You won't let me touch your money, and when I write my book, you also want to take my money too because you're selfish. Zero. You're not touching a dime off my book sales, man. The billions off the books for me, VJ. It's not for you guys, man. It's not for you. You're not God. You didn't create this place. You don't deserve to control my money. I have the keys. I don't have to sell to you. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So, your book more popular than Harry Potter? Oh yeah, more popular than Harry Potter, man. Looking at a very, very popular book series. The Gates, no, yeah, Ivan's book will be more popular than J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. Yes, it'll be more popular than J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. My book. Yeah, that's why I wrote a masterpiece. You're looking at an amazing movie adaptation too. An amazing movie. Yeah. Yeah. Almost gonna be okay. I'll talk for maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes. I might make another video tonight around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. I'll make another video. Maybe we'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't want to film Xanus in New Zealand, no, because Peter Jackson filmed Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit there. You film Xanus, yes, New Zealand has more wilderness locations than Switzerland, but if you film Xanus in New Zealand, you're going to get similar landscapes for Xanus. Yeah, because I've had teachers say if we film it in New Zealand, you're gonna get a similar world in Lord of the Rings. Because Peter Jackson filmed Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit there, obviously in New Zealand. That's why I don't want to film Xanus in New Zealand. We can film it in Switzerland or Norway maybe. We have to go land scouting. Yeah, I want Xanus filmed in Switzerland. We go land scouting. We scout locations for scenes for the movie, where we build the sets, everything. Some sound. But my lawyer has to talk to the government in Switzerland. We're filming a movie in Switzerland. We're renting land. You have to let the government know. Obviously, they have to give you permission to film on location. To rent the land won't cost you much. It'll cost me a few $1,000,000 to rent land for all the filming locations in Switzerland. I was like, easy to afford. My budget's huge. Yeah, it's a huge budget. Some sound. Yeah. Yeah. This has been a golden story by Barry Smells. I enjoy showing you guys. Yeah. Yeah. So Peter Jackson will work harder for you to do Lord of the Rings. Of course he will. I paid him more money than what he made for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and I gave him an unlimited budget. Dude, don't forget that, right? Every director's dream is to get paid a lot of money. Have a budget like that, man, an unlimited budget like that. Lord of the Rings, Peter was limited. They only gave him $90 million for the movie, and it was still amazing, right? The war was still amazing battle scenes, but they were more limited. Yeah, because I only made Lord of the Rings for $9 million, and my Helm's Deep war was amazing. You can only imagine how top notch your battle scenes will be. Looking at something that will blow my Helm's Deep out of the water. Yeah, looking at a war that will blow Helm's Deep out of the water. Battle scenes that will blow the Moria scene out of the water. Yeah, looking at an amazing movie. Yeah. Yeah. Some Zara. Yeah. Yeah. What will be the best battle scene in your book? Well, that's a tough one. Probably the end war with Eredith, or you can argue the battle scene with the bats might be the best one in Moria, because the people there are all scared. But probably the end war will be the end war is the really big one. Whereas the battle scene one's a bit of a smaller battle scene, but it's still a war, right? You have like 700 people versus like, I don't know, 1,000 bats. In the movie, I might have them be 1,000 bats. In the book, there's like 400 or 500 bats. I can add stuff in the movie to make it more interesting, obviously. The war with Takis the First and Eretan in volume in the prologue, that would be good too. But that one will be a bit more rushed. The scene with for Fools, Wolves, and Cassian, that's also a sick scene too, right? Yeah, but the end war most likely will be the best one, obviously. That's when it gets serious shit right there. So, Ivan, how many battle scenes do you have in your book? 5, I think. You have the war in Volume 1. You have the battle scene with Cassius and Tacitonius in Volume 2, obviously. And you have the battle scenes in the cave, and you have the end war. You also have the Meramis and the Crows, that's 5. In the Landing Chaos chapter, yeah, the Crows. You also have the Eagles and the Crows. Those 6 battle scenes in my book when you read it. No, 7. You have the Fies. The Fies fights one of the wolves in the What Was Cyrus No More chapter. They fight in that chapter. So there's 7 battle scenes in my book. Well, that's not really a battle scene; it's a fight scene. But I mean, you have pretty much like 7 battle scenes in my book right here. My book does have quite a bit of action in it, obviously. Obviously, right. The key is, guys, if you write a fantasy book, you gotta have action in it, right, to make it more interesting. That's why it's good to have action in your fantasy novel when you write it, right. Don't just write a fantasy novel where you have no action. Otherwise, your book can be a bit more boring. I'm not sure you can write like me, right? Even if Xanus had no battle scenes, it'd still be a masterpiece. But my book does have battle scenes, obviously. You have the end war, a huge war in the end with Eretat and Tactius, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Are your battle scenes sick, Ivan? Yeah, they are. Because me, when I describe the battle scenes in my book, I show what the characters do. I don't tell like most authors do. Because most authors, when like J.R.R. Tolkien, when he describes a war, he only describes it for a little bit. He tells what happens. I actually show what happens, how the characters fight and everything. That's why my battle scenes are also very entertaining too when you read it. Especially the end war. The end war is an amazing war in my book when you read it. That's why my book's a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing story. Yeah. Will you follow the way the characters fight in the movie? No. I For the Zane R's, we just make it up for the movie. Obviously, for the battle scenes, you don't have to describe. You don't have to write exactly what's written in the book. For it might not work for the movie adaptation, but you're looking at amazing battle scenes for the movie. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I write their unique. No, I'm alright. I might think about it. I might perhaps maybe write their unique, but I write their unique and I sell 2 books. I'll make like my 20 something, 25, 27 billion bucks off my 2 books. I'm too lazy to write their unique. I don't feel like writing their unique. I can easily dedicate a good 4 months and I'll finish the book. But it's just gonna cost me more money. I now have to save. It'll cost me like maybe $4,000 to edit Last of Zane's and their unique. I already finished Last of Zane's. I'm just going over my book. I have to go over my book, obviously. So, Sarah. Yeah. No, I mean, seriously, man, how do you do it, man? How do you make your characters come alive and your story so entertaining? It's a gift I have, guys. I have the gift. That's why my story is so entertaining. I have to have the gift, man. I don't know how I do it. I can't tell you the trick. It's just a gift that I have. I write it and the characters jump on a page. It's a gift that I have, man. I don't know how I do it. Um, it's a gift. That's why he's like, holy shit, Ivan, did you really write that masterpiece on your own? Like, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit, that was an amazing story, Ivan. How much money did you make off your book, by the way? I made $12.5 million. You made $12.5 million off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit. You live a dream life with that money, Ivan. I know. Are you going to share that with me, Ivan? I'm like, yes, I will. Are you going to share your love money with you, BJ? Yeah, I'll share money with you. Yeah, BJ. You have to share your money with you. That's how it works. Sometimes. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I read your 30 man. Even that was interesting. Yeah, even the beginning of my 30 book was interesting, obviously, right? I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, I wrote an amazing story. Yeah. Yeah. How long will your book be, Ivan? Probably 750 to 800, 700 something pages to an 800 page book around there. Once the proofreader edits volume 3, you're looking at, yeah, an 800 page, maybe even 850 page book. I think it'll be 800 plus pages in my book. 800 to 850 pages in my book will be. It's a long book, but it's not as long as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is like 1,300 pages, I believe, for the 3 books, the 3 novels. My book is maybe 850 pages. 750, 800, 850 pages. My book. Well, because it's a masterpiece and it's entertaining, the 800 pages are going to fly by, right? You're going to binge it, man. You can binge the whole thing in like 8, 9, 10 hours, my book. Some fans might start reading my book when it arrives in the mail and they end the book at like 1 in the morning. They binge the whole thing and they binge the whole thing. By 1 in the morning, they're done the book. 12 at midnight, 1 in the morning, they're done the book. It just depends how fast of a reader you are, right? Like Brownie Durfee can read 100 pages in an hour. I can't read 100 pages an hour. I can read maybe 60 pages an hour, 50 pages. So it'll take you maybe 7, 8 hours to maybe 12 hours to finish my book. And you binge the whole thing because it's a masterpiece, man. You're just turning the page, you're hooked. Reading volume 1, reading volume 2, reading volume 3, you're hooked, man. And holy shit, this book is sick, yeah. And once you read, you're like, holy shit, man, this is the best reading experience of my life, man. I even wrote a masterpiece, man, yeah. And you'll finally hit your mind, yeah, if Ivan turns this into a movie, and he pours all that money towards it, looking at like the best movies he's ever made, yes, looking at the best movies he's ever made, looking at a masterpiece, man. See what I'm saying? Looking at a masterpiece. And that's how my book will be getting rave reviews behind the scenes. A literary cinematic masterpiece, a page turner, an entertainment ride of a lifetime, a horror epic thrilling adventure, fantasy adventure, popcorn fantasy, a fun read. You know what I'm saying? A page hook. Yeah, all these raving reviews behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, looking at raving reviews from the book critics who are going to judge my book. Where in the public eye, no one will talk about my book. I didn't sell the gates, right? Because I didn't sell the gates, my glory and fame is behind the scenes. It's not in the public eye. That's why you guys feel left behind, because my glory and fame is not in the public eye, it's behind the scenes. But it's your fault. You chose to keep behind the scenes. Now my fame and glory is behind the scenes. You very deserve it, man. You're left behind. I set the thing up. You can't do God here, man. Yeah, man. You made a choice. Some Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but I think Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and Harry Potter is better than your book. Yeah, if you like those books better, I understand. Art hits everyone different ways. But be honest, man, when you read my book and these other books, which story stands out more? My book is the better read, man, when you read it, right? But some fans might like Lord of the Rings and Way of Kings better because, yeah, those books are a bit more polished. Ivan's book was a little bit raw, especially Volume 3. Volume 3 was a little bit raw in some sections, more stiff dialogue. Yeah, even though it's a little bit raw, it's still entertaining, and I hooked you more than these other authors. These other authors did. Yeah. There's a reason why my stepbrother told me my book's number one. It's number one, man. It's the best fantasy novel I've written. It's a masterpiece. As I showed you guys, right? You guys read sections of my book. Yeah, it's a masterpiece of my book. Amazing story. Yeah. Ivan, you're crazy. You think Xanus would be better than the Avengers movies and James Gunn Superman? Yes, it's a better trilogy of movies than all those movies. Those stories are pretty good. They're good stories, but they're not on the same level as my book. Man, my book is a fucking masterpiece. A better story than even the Avengers movies. It's a deeper, more powerful story than even the Avengers movies. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. My book. Yeah, man, a masterpiece. It's an amazing story. Everybody was shocked. Holy shit! I even wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. I wrote. Samsara. I wrote a masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece. Amen. So your book is a book you can read while ordering takeout. Yeah, Xanus is the kind of book you can read while you order your takeout. Like you literally you get the ebook, you read it on your laptop, and the book is so interesting. Holy shit! I'm excited to read this book, and you get your takeout, and you just hooked reading. You're like, no, it said this crazy shit happens. Holy shit, this is sick. You keep turning the page, and you order your takeout. You drink your beer. Yeah, go out in the backyard on your porch. You read my book. You drink a beer while you read my book. You order takeout like your pizza, your McDonald's, your Wendy's. You get popcorn too. Get chips, get candy, and you just munch on your food while you read my book. That's how good my book is. It's a masterpiece, man. You're gonna be turning the page when you read it, man. It's an amazing book. Book worth billions. It's worth billions because I wrote it. I'm a son of God. I'm special. I know everyone will buy my book. I also have the keys to the kingdom. At the same time, Xanus is a $1 billion story. If I wasn't the son of God and I wrote this, I'd be the next J.K. Rowling. I'd be very wealthy. I'd be a very wealthy man. A story like Xanus would travel around the world, worldwide, when you read the book. Because it's such a unique, special story. Unique world-building, unique story. Very entertaining. Amazing characters. Hence why, the news of the book would travel worldwide. It'd be a huge hit. Beating out J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. As my book will beat out J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. Don't hate me, J.K. Rowling. I'm saying, I'll beat out J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter sold 600 million copies to this day. My book will sell 650, 700, 800, 900, even 1 billion copies. I sell 700 million copies, I make my $12.5 million off the book. 680 million copies, I make $12.5 million off the book. Yeah, I make all of my billions off the book. Yeah. So Sarah, that's why Xanus will be the best fans over, and I'll be the best one you ever made. You guys will sit and read my book. Anyways, I talked for an hour and 24 minutes. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my shift at Denty's, or I might make another video later tonight in the afternoon around maybe 5, 6 o'clock. This is Adamir. I'm signing off. Peace, guys. Talk to you soon. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Peace out, guys.